Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about how I am growing soybeans for the first time. So to get started, I wanted to make sure that I actually liked soybeans. I really like beans, but I'm not like, I like edamame, but I haven't had actual soybeans, and what I'm going for are harvesting dried soybeans. So to get started, I purchased some soybeans so that I could cook. I also purchased those soybeans because I was hoping that I could plop them in some dirt and see if they grow, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. And then I bought some seeds from Johnny's. I bought the Chiba Green seeds from Johnny's. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of harvest I can get from soybeans. The soybeans that I bought from Johnny's are white soybeans, and the soybeans that I bought from Shiloh Farms, those are black soybeans. Based on my research, the black soybeans are supposed to be a lot more nutritious, or maybe not a lot so much, but more nutritious and a little bit better for you. But they are both healthy options. The reason why I am looking at growing and harvesting soybeans is for a couple of reasons. So first off, beans have a lot of carbohydrates in them, and I'm the kind of person that likes to steer away from high carbohydrate foods. I try to do as little sugar and carbs as I can, and so when I was looking around on the interwebs for hummus recipes, I wanted to find the lowest carb hummus recipe, and somehow I happened on soybeans, and so then I got on a soybean kick. So that's one reason why I want to try to grow my own soybeans, because they are low in carbohydrates. The second reason why I want to try growing soybeans is because it's a really good meat alternative. So I've talked to you guys before about my goals in becoming more food sustainable. I want to be able to grow my own food. I want to be able to know how my food was grown, what's in my food. The older I get, the more I'm reading labels and the more research I'm doing about what I'm putting into my body. So with that being said, I don't grow my own meat, okay? So I don't have like egg-laying chickens. I don't have a cow. I don't have goats. I don't have any of that. I live in the middle of Northern Virginia. I don't think my neighbors would appreciate, like a dairy cow in my backyard. So that is what I was also looking for, was a way to grow something that could be a meat alternative. And don't get me wrong, I love meat. I eat all of the meats, but I also wanted to start incorporating maybe something meatless, something plant-based, to take its place maybe a couple times a week or once a week. And then soybeans, the other thing about soybeans, and the reason why soybeans are a good replacement for meat, because soybeans are a complete protein. So that means, like meat, soybeans have the 9 essential amino acids to qualify it as a complete protein, as is beef or chicken. And in fact, soybeans have more protein per serving than a serving of beef, which I found crazy interesting. So anyway, we're gonna give it a go. I did a couple things with my soybeans. I soaked them for different amounts of times. So I soaked my first batch of soybeans for like a couple hours, and then I planted them. And now they are a beautiful starts that I am going to try and find a place out in the cutting garden for. So I have those. They germinated. It took a few days for them to germinate, but they did germinate, and those were soaked for a couple hours. Next, I wanted to soak them overnight. And so I put them in a little mason jar. I soaked about 40 seeds overnight. And then that overnight turned into like 48 hours. Life got a little crazy on me. So that turned into 48 hours. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna make my video for another day or so. So let me go ahead and just throw some dirt on them. I did, and they sprouted so fast. Okay, they sprouted within 2 days, I think. And then last night I put some of the black soybeans in water and soaked those overnight. I sewed those up this morning, and I got my Johnny seeds with the white soybeans, white or green, I can't remember, but they're not the black ones. And I just soaked those for about an hour before I then sowed those seeds. So those are all out in the sun, I am anxiously awaiting germination. Ordinarily, I think that it would probably be best to direct seed soybeans. However, my cutting garden and most of my grow bags are full of plants. So I figured, let me just go ahead and get them started. And while they're getting started, I will figure out where I can put them in my cutting garden. So when I do that, I will show you. I think that this time of year, you would probably be good plant direct seeding those soybeans. I think that that would probably be the best way to go about it. I don't know anything about how they feel having their roots jostled around when I transplant them. I know some plants don't like that. I don't know. I still grow things in pots too when you're not supposed to, and things do fine. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put them out in the cutting garden, but I have to find a place in the cutting garden to put them because it's all full of flowers. Now remember from previous conversations, I'm gonna swap my cutting garden. I'm gonna, like, all the raised beds are gonna be food and vegetables, and then the side item places, I'm gonna do flowers. So I have to go figure out what I'm gonna cut back first so that I can put in the soybeans. So that's why I figured I'll get them started in little pots, and then I'll just move them when I figure out what I'm gonna do, which will have to be this weekend because they are growing so fast. And then I'm going to harvest them when 90% of the plant is brown and the leaves have fallen off. So I'm going to read you on the back of the Johnny's seed package what they say about how I'm harvesting them. So I'm harvesting them as dried beans. And it says when most of the plant has turned brown, including the pods, pull the entire plants and dry further under cover. So then you remove all the debris from the beans and store in a cool, dry place or freeze them. I'll probably freeze them because I don't really have a cool, dry place. I live in Northern Virginia. It's like, it is so hot outside and so humid. I can go outside for literally like 10 seconds. And then it's like, so I don't have really a cool, dry place to store food over the winter. I don't know, maybe my garage would work. But anyway, I think I'll just freeze them. And then what I'm going to do today is the Shiloh Farms seeds here. These are the ones I bought so that I can actually cook up a recipe. So what I'm gonna do with these is I am going to find a black soybean hummus recipe online before I have to go pick up my daughter from her dance camp. And then I'm gonna make that tonight. And if it is successful, maybe I'll put like a reel or something online and keep you updated there. But yeah, I've just had like this taste for hummus, for a low carb hummus. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited to find that recipe and go get the ingredients today. So that's it for today. Stay tuned, and I will update you on my hummus, and I'll update you on the plants and stuff like that as they progress. And I do photography. Like, I like to take pictures of flowers, macro pictures and stuff like that. And so check out my Facebook or my Instagram. And I posted the cutest little hoverfly on a Gara plant. So check that out. You might like it. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again next time.